thanks for stopping by. So this is actually my very first video on YouTube that I'm posting instead of just viewing like the majority of us do. And I decided to make a channel about different things such as DIY, building, fixing, learning all that stuff as well, because that's what I'm passionate about, that's what I like doing. And I recently, about a year ago, got out of the active duty military service, and now that I have quite a bit more control over my time and schedule, I wanted to get into different hobbies, learn different things, pretty much maximize my time. One of those things is woodworking. I've always been passionate about it. It's just something different about that smell of freshly cut lumber. And since I wanted to get into the woodworking, I needed a bunch of tools, like power tools as well, because all I had are basic hand tools to do small wiring and plumbing problems around the house. And to start off with all of my tools, I did a bunch of research. I did spend quite a few weeks looking up different videos, specs on which hand tools I should start off with, which ones I really don't need to worry about as of right now, trying to get the best bang for my buck, basically. And as you can see behind me right there, I have an entire pile of different things that I ordered, and eventually we'll go over all of them. What I would like to do is, instead of jumping straight into projects and building things, I wanted to do some unboxing videos of these tools, and then assembly of them, and then eventually we'll get into the use of them. Because hopefully that will assist some people like me that are just starting out and not sure where to start, to make a purchasing decision a little bit easier. Now, I don't even have a table to set up to be able to show you guys properly how everything looks, what's all that's included, how to assemble it. So to start off with, I decided to purchase a set of sawhorses. The reason I did that is because I don't want anything permanent in my garage, because I live in Florida. We do have hurricane seasons roll through now and then, and I like having an idea of being able to fit both cars into my garage. Now, they're both pretty big. One of them is a minivan, the other one is a Subaru Outback, which some people call it an SUV, some people call it a wagon on steroids. It is what it is. I love it. That's my favorite car. So because I want to have that ability, the sawhorses will allow me that flex, and I'll be able to disassemble my work table, put it to the side, and still have plenty of space for both of them. The choice I made on the sawhorse is Toughbuilt. After doing some research, I chose the C700 model, and it is sitting right here, and we're about to get to it. I will lower the camera to the floor or angle it a little bit better, whichever works. That way we'll be able to see what's in the package. So let's get to it, and I'll be right back. Alright, so here's the C700 Toughbuilt Sawhorse. I bought two of them because obviously I would need both to make a table. Now, the reason I picked these is, after reviewing some things, I saw only one pair or a set of sawhorses that would kind of compete with it, or actually maybe be a little bit better because the legs come out automatically on it, but it was quite a bit more expensive than a set of these. Each one, I believe, ran me about 49 or 50 bucks at Home Depot. So I decided to make a purchase, so let's go ahead and open it up, see what's all that inside and how they work. Now, the reason I picked these is because they're pretty versatile, and for supports, in order to make a job site table from them, you can use either 2x4s or 4x4s. So if I do need something sturdier, maybe if I need to stand on something to get me higher, to hang some shelves or whatever the case may be, I would be able to do it with these. What they also have is adjustable height. I will put in some specs or go over them here in a little bit once we open them up, but that one reason that they are adjustable, and there's some other and lower models of same Toughbuilt, they also do have adjustable legs. I simply like the construction of these a little bit better because there's a clicky sound that it makes, as silly as that is. There's a little bit more adjustment to them. Now, because these are 100% steel sawhorse, They are quite heavy, so please do use caution as you're opening it, that way it doesn't fall out and knock you out. You do want to ensure that you're holding up at the top, and then as you're lowering it, hold the box down. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Lay it on the side, finish cutting it open. The outside box is alright, just a regular box, but it is a construction tool, so you don't expect nothing super fancy about it. There we go, that should be good. Alright, and the moment of truth. That is actually not bad. They're pretty neat, pretty tight in there, as you can see. 2 sets. Let's go ahead and remove styrofoam. 1. Now they do have neat handles. You can slide them up. So as you can see, they're not that big in size, so when I do store them, when I need to remove them from the garage to get the car in or whatever the case may be, I will be easily able to do so. So let's get that out of the way. Now some plastics. Styrofoams. Oh, okay. The styrofoam, but that's alright. We're about to throw it away anyhow. Whatever you wedge it in there. So there's also a manual, which I probably should read to know how it opens up. There we go. Pretty easy to read, step by step type of thing. And let's see. So to at least open this, we need to get the styrofoam piece. What's all that has to happen is this latch comes up, so you can slide and adjust it to the 2x4 or 4x4, whatever the case may be. So that's pretty good. As you push it back in, you can't move it anymore. So I do like that. So initially, I thought that these just flip down, and that's what I thought I would not like about it, but it turns out to be that you have to lift them up, then they drop down. So never mind, not an inconvenience, I actually like it, it makes it easier. Let's lock that back in, and let's see what we have. So we do have a handle. On the top side, there is non-skid to help you wood or lumber, whatever the case may be, not to slide around, so that's good. These drop down because they're basically lifted from the tilt. And there we go. So now we flip it on the other side. And here we have a little bit more controls. So like I mentioned before, we have, actually let me move this one out of the way. There we go. So here we have 2 latches, which we can easily undo, and these help us with the sides. Like I said, either 4x4 or 2x4, whatever the case may be. So both of them slide out nice and easy. You can lock it in, and it is not going anywhere. On these sides, it does have support for your wood, which slides also. So you can lock it in a little bit better, make it more stable. If the wood does not go all the way down, you can rest it on here. That's a neat feature as well. Now, to unlock them, you can push this in, that's going in nice and tight. And as we can see on the bottom portion of it, this is where our legs go in. See, there's my user manual, the same one. Put that to the side, and there's no styrofoam in there. So to unlock them, there is 2 latches. that have to be done. What we're gonna do, lift it up, slide it, hopefully, no, or maybe this one comes first. No, it doesn't. Let's see. Actually, let me be smart, like I mentioned before, and look at the username. Step 1. So it is the latches, and it says to extend the first leg, press button while supporting legs with other hand. And it says close first, open first. So to open them, you gotta open this first. We'll lift it up. They are quite heavy, so we're gonna slide it as we're opening. Oh, it's not a slide, it's a push button. And it pushes in quite easily, and the legs come out. There you go. Oh, I didn't push it in all the way. Silly me. So then, we completely slide them out, and it kind of locks in place. Then we can do the second set. Same thing, push it in all the way, slide it out. Nice and easy. They do actually come out surprisingly easy compared to what I thought it would be. So we can remove the plastic wrap. There we go. Ripping it off is a lot more fun. Then let's lift it up. Unlock both legs. Simply spread open. It does have a little locking mechanism, as you can see, where you press on it, they're locked. The feet do come with swivel. Remove this thing. So they do come swiveling, but you can adjust them to different floors, different heights. We lock this one in. There we go. Oh, now it's nice and stable. Pretty solid. Alright, so once it's set up, I can actually sit on it. I believe each one, and it holds me, it doesn't wiggle, it doesn't go anywhere, so I like it so far. Each one's supposed to hold 1,300 pounds, so that's nice, even though I doubt I'll ever be working with so much weight. But it's never bad to have more. And we do have some cam locks here, which can be unlocked. What exactly they do, I do not know. Like I said, this channel is about learning, so we're learning together. Now, adjustable height comes from these. Right here, we can open them up. And the same thing, cam locks. Oh, these are not the height, these are just another support beam. Perfect. These are the cam locks that unlock for the height adjustment. They come on each side, and hear that clicking? That's what I like about it. There we go. Lock it in. Lock it in. Do the same thing on the other side. There we go. There we go. And now you're sitting nice and tall. This is the highest position it goes to, which is not bad. Because me, I'm pretty tall. Let's go ahead and take a look. So me being 6'4", pretty tall guy, I can actually come up to it, and it's a decent height for me to be working, especially considering, you know, to lay the table. So I'll put my 2x4s in here. The second one would be set up further down, and then a piece of plywood, so it would raise it up another 3/4 inches or whatever the thickness of a plywood you would have. So it is a decent height. I don't have to bend down to work on anything too hard. I can easily stand straight and do my work right here. So I do like the height, that is for sure. They are still pretty stable. I can once again sit on it, and it holds me very well. It doesn't shake. I'm holding my balance barely apparently, but it will hold. Now to disassemble this thing should be a pretty easy process as well, and all that we're going to do is unlock it, make sure to kind of hold it either here or by the handle, that way it doesn't collapse on you, which you wouldn't because it does have the locking mechanisms here. Go ahead and unlock it, and actually, yeah, they are pretty safe, so even in the unlocked position, it doesn't drop or go anywhere. In order to collapse everything, you would have to pull it out further and then bring it in. So we'll go like this. There we go. Pull it out. Bring it in. So a one-handed operation. Oh, not too far. Which isn't bad at all. I like it. There are stoppers towards the top, so you can only go so high up, and this is to support the structure of it. If we do that, lock it in. Same thing on the other side. I like that they're adjustable with one hand. That is convenient. There we go. And bring it in. There. Perfect. Now we do that. Do that. Now we do need to follow, because this one said open first, and this one says close first. So at first we will close this side, and we'll squeeze them together, push it in. And actually locks in there, they don't fall out, because this locking mechanism here prevents it from doing so. That's nice. We'll close this nice and easy. Got our legs, and in. No, forgot to close the cam lock here on the back. And that also locks in place so it doesn't go anywhere. And we can put these back in completely. Lock in place. Lock in place. And voila. It is pretty versatile. I can carry it if I need to go outside, if it's a nice weather. Currently it's raining. So I can easily carry one and both of them in two hands. Pretty sturdy. The handle does tend to do its job. I like it. Personally, I'm a fan. So now that I opened up both of my sawhorses, we saw the setup, we saw how easy it is, one-handed, pretty much holding it with one hand, opening and closing, sorry, everything with one hand was pretty easy. I do like the product, it was sturdy. I weigh about 200 pounds roughly. I haven't weighed myself in quite a while, and they were holding me without a single wobble. So I know even working with wood, it should be a nice sturdy table for me. As you can also see on the side, I was able to stack them on top of each other, and they are sitting there perfectly fine. They're not wobbly, they're not going to fall off. So for conservation of space, if you're working in the same situation as I am, where you're trying to conserve as much space as possible and make things portable, I think that's a great choice. I'm happy with it extremely. And the next thing was going to be, now that I have my sawhorses, that means I can have my table once I go and get me some 2x4s and plywood, is to do something about all of this pile that's sitting in a corner and taking up space. Now, the space can't do nothing about, but I am planning to build a shelf from floor all the way to the ceiling to put all of them in there nice and neat, so I have easy access, get rid of the boxes, because as pretty as they are, I need to be using the tools, not looking at them. So that's going to be our next project. If you do want to see how it turns out, how I go about it, please once again hit like and subscribe. I'm going to follow up with videos once I go get some lumber.